welcome. I'm Trish. I'll be doing a Weird Wednesday rabbit hole reading today. First of all, I'm going to ask the cards if there's anything important that we need to be discussing today. Otherwise, I'm going to have a look at ringing in the ears and what does that mean. I had a conversation with my mum, and she's also a psychic, and she's been getting a lot of ringing in the ears lately, and so have I. And we had a discussion about how people say it's downloads. I'm not so sure of that, because downloads, I get downloads, and it's different to the ringing in the ears. So I had a download in just explain the difference for me. I had a download in December. I was standing outside on my veranda and looking at the sky, and I got a download that the wild weather that happens north of Australia is going to start moving south. And then like a week or so later, or 2 weeks later, we had all that cyclone type energy, and they were even calling it not cyclone, they called it hurricane. No, they called it something around that type energy in the Gold Coast, so further down south. A lot of cyclone type energy that was coming down south. So it wasn't actual a cyclone, but there was that kind of destructive winds, and that was happening. But I had that download just by standing out looking at the skies, and I was getting that it's going to start moving south in Australia. So that was a download for me, and I do often have downloads, but I also have the ringing in the ears, but it's not like a download. So it's not like, okay, there's a message attached to it and then you hear the message, or you know the message straight away. It's for me, it's not like that. So that's what I don't understand. I'm not sure. People say it's a download, but I'm not sure if it is. So I'm going to ask the cards what it really is. Is it related to ascension? Is it all about those ascension symptoms that people say that's happening? So let's have a look. So I'm going to try and remain unobjective in this reading on trying to understand what ringing in the ears is. Now, I do understand that for some people it's a health issue. I understand it's problems with the ears, and I understand that physical. My husband actually has that. So I do understand that for some people it is a health reason, but for the others that don't have those problems, and we're all starting to get ringing in the ears, I'm just wondering what that is and what's causing that. Is it really downloads like people say? So let me get into this reading and see what we can pick up here and what we can bring in. Okay, I just wanted to say quickly, just with this card here with the TV, when I was having the conversation with my mum, I said it kind of reminds me of the Adjustment Bureau movie with Matt Damon, where the Adjustment Bureau comes in and does something to brains or does something to the people, and they're frozen. They don't even know what's going on, but they're implanting things in them, and it kind of gives me that sense. And that's what this card here also is giving me that sense of, like that movie, distracting us. So it's almost like the buzzing is like a distraction. It's like something's playing out in that way, but it's a distraction. Okay, I am getting here also, I've got the card of an aggressive attack, so, and a deal with the devil. So and I'm not saying it's the devil, but I'm saying it's missing piece is coming up also. Let me just tap into this and see what it is. Okay, I'm going a little bit slow with this because it feels to be really different. I'm not getting downloads anywhere here, but I want to know what it is. The card that I'm getting is battles, aggressive attack, missing piece. So it's like missing, that could be missing parts of the memory. Okay, just bear with me here. So for instance, if it is where parts of the memory is taken out or changed, and this is a Weird Wednesday reading, so I can go deep here and I can go weird. But if it is, for instance, some part of a manipulation almost of the mind, all that you're left with is a ringing in the ears. It's like something's been wiped, or removed, and all you're left with missing, and I'm saying that because I've got the missing piece, so something, part of the memory or the part of the mind has been taken away or missing, and all you're left with is that ringing of the ears. It is an attack of some sort. That's an attack that is happening. I also got over here we've got toxicity. It says avoid the situation, it's toxic, but then I'm getting solar flare underneath that, so it could be like related to solar flares, related to energy. And then I also got so it is communication harmonics, so alternative energy source, so it's like harmonics, which is making me feel solar flare energy coming through. Maybe we're picking up on solar flare energy when we're hearing the ringing in the ears. Maybe it's not a download, maybe it is a simply just tapping into another energy source, or tapping into the harmonics of the sun energy, the harmonics of the solar flare that's happening. Maybe that's something to look at, the Schumann resonance. Next time you're hearing a ringing in the ear, check the Schumann resonance and see what's going on there. So that's interesting. Okay, I'm getting in these cards secrets, distraction, technology, harmonics, sun, solar energy, communication. I'm getting earth, volcanoes as well, so volcanoes. Now that's bringing me back to earth. Cover up, distraction. So in two different decks I've got distraction, so it's a cover up or distraction. That's making me think also covering up tracks, you know, removing parts, and then all that you're left with is ringing in the ear. So covering up, distraction, again, has come up twice, this one. Now I could be wrong in the way I'm interpreting these, so I'm going to sit on them a little bit longer here just to see what they're saying, because they're saying something here. And they've said it twice in two different decks. Both of these cards say distraction. I'm getting cards here that are duplicates saying missing piece. Okay. Revealing it as it is also making me think here. So revealing the situation as it is, or not revealing it. And it's next to the Elites card. So again, that's making me think about, this card's called Deal with the Devil. And the Puppet Masters. Okay, here, because I'm also reading out of my crime deck as well, it says crime of opportunity. So it's an aggressive attack or a crime of opportunity from the Puppet Masters that have made some kind of deal. Now whether that's made with like with other beings, or whether that's something we don't understand on another level. Okay, is it revealing it as it is? Let me just tap in a little bit more. Okay, I'm being drawn here now to, right, sometimes when you meditate, this happens to me, I don't know if it happens to anybody else, let me know in the comments if it's ever happened to you. You're meditating and you're brought out of it very quickly. Like you're not quite here. It's like the ears go funny. This is what happens to me. It's like your ears go funny. You're almost like you're in a big hollow room, and the ears go funny. It's like the balance is funny, and it's not a ringing in the ears, but it's definitely like a funny feeling in the ears. When you're meditating on another realm and you're brought back too suddenly, and it's like you're not here. It's something plays out in the ears. What made me come to that is because I'm hearing that sound, that hall, big empty room kind of sound in my ears. Okay, I'm kind of really feeling that the mind outside of the body, this is really big. It's like really outside of our understanding what the mind really is. And what I'm getting here is that some people have studied the mind and they understand what the mind really is, and they know how to puppet master the people's minds, mind control even, because I'm getting the ringmaster, the puppet master here. So it's like some people have studied the mind and understand what the mind really is, and it's like they know how to puppet master our minds. And I feel like that's where it's coming in, being like the deal with the devil, or like the crime of opportunity. It is an invasion. It's like an aggressive attack. It's very invasive having somebody else come into your mind and manipulate your mind in that way. Okay, but it is technology that's used to do that, and it's used to cover up something. So like it says cover up or distraction. So it's used to distract us about mind manipulation or mind control. I don't feel it's downloads. I really don't. I feel like it's technology, perhaps. Oh, human resonance. There you go. Human resonance. The card actually says it when I was talking about when it happens, check the human resonance, because it could be connected to that, because we've got harmonics and like alternative energy, and it feels to be, could be picking up on that. But I am feeling on a broader scale, it's about the mind outside of the body, and those that have studied it and understand it, they know how to control and manipulate it and how to be puppet masters. Okay, I'm getting communication here. I also feel like this technology, okay, well, what I'm getting, frequency is actually what I'm picking up on here, is frequency. So it's like a frequency or a technology frequency that can be used to, it can cause earthquakes, it can cause volcanoes. It's like a frequency. It's about tapping into a certain frequency, and that frequency can be used to control different things, whether it controls people's minds. And that's what I say about that movie, that Leave the World Behind, that has that frequency going on. There's something playing in that. Now what I'm wondering is, because people have been getting a lot of ringing ears lately, is it somehow connected to that? Because my ears have been ringing a lot lately, and my mother's has as well, and I feel like, and she's seen that movie as well, and I'm wondering if that's somehow related to that movie. They used that as like a piggyback into the mind on a bigger scale outside the body that they can tap into, and they use that as like a piggyback in. I just find it strange that I did that reading on that a couple of weeks ago and said there's something not right with that sound that was going on there, and then I've been hearing ringing in the ears, and so is my mother, and then I've come up to do this. And usually when I do these rabbit hole readings, they usually interconnect, like they'll connect with other readings that I've done in the past. It's like I get little droplets of information and little connecting the little pieces, and that's how these readings all connect. But I'm feeling like this reading is connected to that reading of Leave the World Behind reading, and I feel like it's like maybe something that's happened. Just, this is the seeded earth, the human creation Genesis. This one here is also had the heart and emotions, okay, which kind of bothers me. This is the heart and the emotions. So just for instance, if that movie did piggyback something in to manipulate or control the mind, can it manipulate and control feelings or emotions or moods even? It says it's toxic. Sitting right next to it, it's toxic. It says avoid the situation, it's toxic. But it feels to be like a way to manipulate the human resonance even. Like, it may not even just be that movie. It may be like almost like a frequency, like the human resonance, that beings or these kind of people know how to manipulate. So I think that says elites, by the way, know how to manipulate. Whether they do it through the Schumann resonance, or they know they know the frequency that does different things, the frequency that can, you know, cause earthquakes, the frequency that can do different things. And I feel like it's almost like a puppet master. It's not good. These cards aren't good. I've got to say, like, I'm getting, the cards here are technology, aggressive attack, crime of opportunity, deal with the devil. There's distraction, 2 distraction cards, toxic, talking about harmonics and resonance, which is vibration. I don't have the vibration card here, but it's saying this is toxic. It's toxic energy. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? Okay, I'm going to put these back. So I don't feel it's that's what I was saying. To me, it didn't feel like downloads when I've been getting it. It doesn't feel like downloads to me. I know the difference. I know what downloads feel like. And this doesn't feel like downloads. And these cards are saying, okay, so it's battles of control, about controlling people. And missing, so something is missing piece. Are they taking something out? Okay, I think we're in a spiritual war here, I think, and they're using technology against us. So what can we do? I'm going to use just my general deck here to see what solutions, what we can do. Okay, and I do apologise that this one has gone a bit dark. I try not to read dark, but sometimes the world's dark and sometimes things happen, and I do feel like it's playing out right now. This stuff is, ever since the release of that movie, I feel like this stuff is just playing out. Okay, I'm getting, it's a new beginnings. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got, it's not as it seems, it's lost. Memory, forget about it. It's also mind fog, mental brain fog going on there as well. Back to earth, teamwork, full heart. Okay, so on this hand over here, it is working with others, support's needed. There's some kind of support needed here about being able to be grounded. We need to ground ourselves here, and we need to have a full heart. So this did come up in the pick of cards as well for some groups. Actually, one of the groups it did come up in. And I think I even said I'm doing a reading on. This is really interesting because it's come up in that reading, but it's also coming up in this reading. I feel like I might have even been group 3 in the pick of cards. I know it was all about, it was saying you need to ground yourself. We're untethered. It's almost like we're untethered. And then it's coming up here in this reading when I'm talking about that movie and the frequency, all stemming from my question about ringing in the ears. Okay, what can we do about it? So it's saying that we need to ground ourselves. We need to find joy. We need to fill our cups emotionally because and support. So we actually need support at the moment here. This card here again, in the reading when it came up in group 3s in the pick of cards, so you might want to go back and watch that as well to see what I said for the group 3 people. This is a turtle or a tortoise that is normally a land or water animal flying in the sky. So it's like it's untethered from the ground and it's just floating around in the astrals. So I find that really strange. And then over here it's saying ground yourself, connect back to earth. So that's something that we can do, and I feel like we have to do that. Here I'm seeing the memory card. A lot of mind in these cards. Losing your mind. So this is a lost card. Delusional. Not as it seems. Protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. This is full on. This reading is full on. So I do feel like it's a spiritual warfare. I feel like they're really manipulating us at the moment. They're sending something in to manipulate us. It can cause brain fog, And the group threes, they were really, the energy of those group threes in that reading felt really untethered and really ungrounded. And cards kept saying, ground yourself, ground yourself. Really important. Protect yourself also came up for them as well, and it's coming out again here. So protect yourself, and it's saying forget about it, memory. So that's like brain fog, being forgetfulness, not really having issues around being here, being present, being in the moment, being grounded. It's like sometimes you're just not here. And that's what I'm feeling like. And split mind also came out before in that reading for group threes. Split mind is mental illness. It's also about being in split mind. So being present but not being present. And it's about, yeah, it's messing with us in that way. Okay, really interesting that they've connected. So this deep dive on asking about ringing in the ears, what does it mean, is very interesting because it connects to the group threes on the pick of cards, but it also connects with the reading I did on Leave the World Behind. Now this looks a little untethered to me. I was picking up untethered in that reading that I did for group threes, and this one here is called Lost, but it's about losing your mind, losing your faith, just a sense of feeling lost. But it looks untethered to me. This person looks untethered, going down a rabbit hole, but untethered in a way that's not grounded. Really need to hang on to reality here. I feel like it's yeah, I don't know what's playing out or what's coming up. But it's a sense of really needing to ground yourself in reality and really see what's going on. Here's a blindfold. This person's blindfolded, not seeing what's going on, not seeing what's happening, saying protect yourself, protect yourself. So I think it's really important at this time to be grounded and really be grounded in reality and what's going on in reality. Now I love the deep dives and I love the rabbit hole stuff, but I'm feeling like the cards keep saying what's playing out on the outside of the mind. That's what I'm saying, the mind on the outside of the body that somebody has learned how to manipulate. Now, could that be related to the Miami incident that happened, the technology that was used in the Miami incident? I don't know. I'm going to do a reading on that and have a look now that we're making all these connections. But I don't know, I find this really, really interesting. My main question here was, what is the ringing in the ears? Is it related to downloads? Again, I'm not getting downloads. I'm getting things are not as they seem. You need to protect yourself. It's an untethering or being lost. Being in split minds, being here and there, being not here. Not in reality, not grounded. Being this one here is up in the sky. The turtle is not grounded. It's up floating in the astrals, and I feel like it's saying come back to earth and ground yourself. So, and here it's about being forgetful, playing on manipulating the mind. So this here is a manipulation of the mind outside of the body. What's going on there, but it's saying what we do need to do is to ground ourselves in reality here, and feel your heart. Make sure your emotions stay high and positive, and really connection with others as well. Okay, that was interesting. Definitely not what I thought. Yeah, don't. Okay. It's not downloads. I'm not picking up here that it's downloads. When people say, oh, ringing in the ear, you're getting a download, you're getting ascension symptoms. These cards are all saying, not as it seems, feeling of lost, you need to protect yourself, you need to ground yourself, being in two realities. Okay, so in that sense, being forgetful, being outside of the body, the mind outside of the body. Teamwork is being the turtle card, being not grounded, being out in the astrals. Okay, so could that be an ascension symptom? As in, people do say that that's what it is. It's an ascension symptom. So being outside of the body, being not grounded in this earth, being ascending. Okay, I feel like it's more, and I probably have to do a bit more of a read on ascension to to connect these dots a little bit more. Okay, so I feel like it's more related to ascension than it is related to downloads, getting downloads. But I do feel like you have to be very, very careful about who's tapping into that, because we got all those attack cards that came up. Okay, interesting. Thank you for joining me.